Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and today I am unboxing a brand new package. I had participated in Con Plus 3 where I won a $25 gift card, and so I went on to Zealot Miniatures, or I'm sorry, it wasn't $25, 25 pounds, I believe. Anyway, so I went onto the website and did some shopping, spent a little bit extra, a little bit over on the gift card, but some stuff that I thought would be pretty cool. So this is the company, Zealot Miniatures. They have some really cool stuff over there, from like terrain pieces to monster minis, character miniatures, all sorts of cool stuff. You can follow them on social media at those links right there. So feel free to type that in, go check those out after watching this video, of course. And, so anyways, let's just dig in here and see what we got. So it's a really well packaged box, as you can see here. And just open her up. I'll move that out of the way. And let's see what we have here. So I'm going to slide this out of the way so you don't have to see everything in there at once. And I'll just go one by one and just show off what it is. So this is the Fallen Adventurers. Let's open it up too. It'll be easier for you to see it, right? So let's open them up. Ooh, they're resealable bags. I didn't realize that. Nice. So we'll just dump these out real quick. You got a wizard here. See, that looks pretty cool. Fallen Gandalf, basically. You got a dwarf, which the dwarf looks really cool. I'm digging the dwarf a lot. I like that. I kind of like the wizard. You can definitely tell what class that would be. This one you can kind of tell what class it'll be too. He's got a skull for a belt buckle and a knee pad. But yeah, so that's interesting. And then I believe this is supposed. Yeah, this looks either like a woman. Based on the chest, that's my assumption that it's a woman. But yeah, and an elven woman. Yeah, so that's cool too. All right, so let's get to the next one. So this one is a dragon head with an axe. So let's check this bad boy out. So this one's kind of cool. Obviously you'd use it as more of a terrain piece than anything else. So the axe is awesome. Look at that. You got like some stuff around it. This is a very thin piece. Very thin. Look at that. But the detail is really cool. So you put it into the skull of the dragon. And when you do, you would have to glue it, obviously. But here's the skull of the dragon. You can see the slash inside of its dome piece. I'm not sure how, obviously you got to glue it. But I'm not sure if it'll stay in the meantime. Oh, there we go. I got it to stay. So there you go. You get it to stay just like that. You glue it in place and you paint it. Very cool. That's an awesome piece. I could definitely see using this a lot. So anyway, so that's a cool piece. Zealot Miniatures, thank you for your order. You can follow us at the following. All right, so this table looks pretty cool. You have to assemble them all, which allows you to get some better paint done on these. But here's the table. I'm not going to necessarily open the legs. But yeah, it's like a wizard's table or something. It's got some candles, some different things on the table, like a letter opener, or I guess that could be like a quill. Some more books. So that's cool. There's the legs. Again, not going to take that off. Here's another table I got. So Becky Rose had showed off some of her Zealot Miniatures, and this table she actually showed off on the stream for Con Plus 3, and she even was like, this is a really cool table, I can't recommend it enough, like you should think about getting it if whoever gets this prize. So I decided to check it out, give it a shot. Looks like, so here's the interior of the table, it looks like. And this is a map table. So This would be the interior of the table. This looks like it will go on the floor, because it looks like it'll eventually link up with that. In this one, you got the legs right there, the 4 legs. But you got maps. You can see it right there. You got maps on the table that you can paint. I don't see any other legs. I guess it'd just go in the center. I guess that's how that would go. Just glue that to the center. And then those would go in those 4. Yeah, so that's probably how that goes. So yeah, that's pretty cool though. But the maps are going to look really epic, I think, when this is done. Depending on how it's painted. So that's cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So it has like an insert, and then you can take it out and reveal like a card table or something. All right. So this is the Adventurer's Packs. So looking in the bag, you can see piles of stuff. You can use it for loot, in a treasure hoard. You can use it when the players are camping, which I thought was kind of cool, because it's like, oh, now I can just set them up, and this is where their stuff is, which will make it easier to figure out, well, can they get over to there, you know, and all that stuff while they sleep, or, you know, whatever. So I thought this was a really cool set. So yeah, first one, this looks like more of like a fighter's. It's got a torch, a sword. I don't know what that would be. Maybe a quill. Not quill, but a quiver. Yeah, just some cool stuff. Although, I don't know what this peg is sticking out for. I might have to cut that off, it looks like. That's weird. There's like a peg on the bottom there that I don't understand why that's there. But yeah, so you got the stuff. Ooh, it's got like some resin. I don't know what that is. Mold release maybe from before. The detail of these is really nice. It's very fine detail. Very fine detail. So there's that one. This other one, which this one looks broken. Looks like it actually has a piece broken off. That's a bummer. But that looks like it was probably the same thing as this. So maybe a torch broke off of this one. I don't see anything in the bag for it. That's a bummer that something broke right there. Dang. Oh, but this one's got an axe, so that's cool. That bums me out that I got a broken one. I don't know. Maybe if I contact them, they'll fix that for me. This one's pretty cool too. Looks like it's got a bunch of books. This one definitely has a quiver because there's the arrows, the bow, a short sword probably right there. So that's cool. And then this looks like it. Okay, this is definitely your cleric or your wizard. You got like a book with a symbol on it, some maps or scrolls, bedroll, water skin or potion, another potion thing here. So that one's really cool. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so those are those 4. So the only downside is that this one's broken. That's a bummer. The one with the axe. Ah, dang it. Bummer. So this one is basically like a tomb or a coffin. I would probably use this more like for a tomb rather than a coffin, just because it's got some pretty, it's got a really interesting base. So you got right here the lid and the body. But here's the base of it that I was talking about. So check out this base, right? You got all the skulls around it, you know? So that's really cool. All the skulls. Anyways, and so then there's the inside. So set that down. And we'll look at the inserts. What is this made out of? It feels like a pretty sturdy, it's almost like plastic, but it's not. I can tell it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It feels interesting. It's not like a plaster. I feel like it's like it's basically a plastic. Oh, I just dropped that. All right, so there's the mummy or the body, right? What's on here? Oh, it's got all sorts of like detail around the sides. I don't know what it is. All right, so you set that in there, just like that. And then the lid. That's pretty cool. You just set that on the top there. Does it fit snug? Kind of does. Kind of fits snug. I mean, you got a little gap looking thing right there. Which is a little weird, I think. I feel like it should fit more flush. But that's okay. That's cool. That's still really cool. Like, that'll be a fun piece to play with, for sure. So, got that. Move that aside. We're getting down to the last few things in here. There's only 2 more things in here. So, we'll save, of the last 2, we'll save the best for last. So this is the monster death tokens, basically. So I showed you the adventurer ones earlier. Now we've got monsters. Now the monsters, so you got some arrows right there, which is cool. And then you've got what looks like an orc. And you could, I don't know if there's set spots where you can put the arrows. Probably put them wherever you want. But yeah, there's the orc. There's, so again, this one's got that peg. So they have these pegs on them. On some of these where they weren't cut off or whatever. I don't know. So anyways, there's this guy. This is a skeleton. You can see its face there. So you got a skeleton one. I don't see where you would put arrows. So again, I think you can just put them wherever you want. So we got that. And then we've got a dead goblin. So you can kind of see his face there. And then, you know, he's got his butt in the air. So he's kind of in a fetal position. But again, it has that peg. So obviously what the mold that it came off of. So yeah, so you got those 3. So those are cool. I like those. I dig it. Might have to eventually order more of those. Just because it's kind of like, oh, I've got one of each. That's a little weird. It'd be nice to have multiple of the goblins, multiple of the skeletons, and, you know, multiples of the orc-looking guy. So this one is the throne. So I'm really excited to paint this. I think I'll get a lot of use out of this. I've used thrones in a lot of my games, and it's pretty neutral. Like, you could, depending on how this is painted, this could be a throne of a goblin, or it could be a throne for a human king or whatever. This is like textured like fur, so you can kind of see the texture. I feel like that looks sort of like fur. So that's kind of cool. It also clearly has a rug going down the stairs there. So that's, you know, that's kind of nice, and obviously stone. But it's got nice padding on the throne for the back and the head. I like it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So anyways, so that was what I got from Zealot Miniatures. I'm pretty excited about it. I think these are going to be really awesome to paint. And, you know, if you haven't ever heard of them, that's cool. I hadn't either before all this. So I will probably order from them again. I'm going to contact them about the broken piece. That really bummed me out. And yeah, I'm really bummed about this. So this broken piece, I'm going to contact them about. Hopefully they'll fix it, you know, by sending me a new one of this. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. But I know, you know, obviously they're overseas, so it's, you know, it's probably gonna cost a little bit for them to do that. So I don't know what they can do to remedy that. But yeah. Anyways, so with that, this was Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.